Hey everyone, it's Gary Anderson here. How y'all doing? I hope you had a good week. Welcome to Gary E's Sketch Cards. This one is episode number 25, where I am doing the third of four Universal Monsters sketch cards for the month of October. And this week is the Wolfman from the 1941 film starring Lon Chaney Jr. This week, I actually did watch the film and was kind of surprised at how little screen time the Wolfman actually had in the film. I believe it kind of came out to about, I don't know, like 11 or 12 minutes. And, you know, the film is just over an hour long. So, again, he really didn't show up until, crud, almost like the end of the second act. And, you know, it was a little surprising. Like, you know, I believe I've said in the other two videos that, you know, for Frankenstein and Dracula, that I haven't watched, up until today, I should say, I haven't watched any of the Universal Monster movies in their entirety. But I wanted to do that with the Wolfman film, you know, so I could kind of discuss it a little bit. And there were a few things in it that, you know, films were definitely a different medium back then, not just for the look and kind of the acting, but with the writing. You know, there were a lot of things you sort of had to just take at face value. You know, a lot of character intentions and things like that that didn't, I guess, wouldn't fly today. You know what I mean? You know, Lawrence Talbot is the character that Lon Chaney Jr. plays, and he pretty much all but shows the police officers and his father and, you know, all these people that he's a killer. And you know, as a matter of fact, like, everybody in the village that he kind of comes back to, you know, they think he's a killer, and everybody but, like, the law enforcement, you know, and all that, you know, kind of thinks he's his killer, and he's basically trying to turn himself in, and they're not having it. It's just, okay, you know. I don't mean to take anybody off. I mean, the film looked great. It's a classic, and I was just very curious about the some of the writing in that. You know, most films nowadays, you kind of have to write in, or you have to show character motivation, and, you know, why wouldn't they believe that Lawrence was the killer? You know, he was there. They all but caught him at the scene of the crime, like, more than once, and nobody said or did anything. You know, and his dad was, you know, just kind of explaining it off. And I don't mean to make this a movie review. It was, you know, like I said, I've just watched it for the first time, and you know, maybe that's how they all are. You know, but you know, I still like the character. I still like the look, and so again, I guess here's the Wolfman sketch card. I know I'd mentioned it before in a previous video about drawing hair, and I think I'd like to talk about it in a little bit more detail because I'm doing a lot of that in this sketch card for obvious reasons. But I'd mentioned before that when you draw hair on a person, you don't want to just draw a bunch of wavy lines or straight lines. You don't want to draw each individual, you know, strand of hair, because it starts to look as though you're putting spaghetti on top of your drawing. You know, you really want to pick and choose, like, groups of locks of hair, if you will, kind of what I'm doing here, and you want to draw those in. And if you do that enough, and in enough groups, you know, your eye kind of fills in the blanks a little bit and fills in the rest of the hair. So again, that's what I'm doing here. So, and this card actually I thought turned out great. I was a little scared because of all the amount of hair, you know, on the picture, on the reference photo. But in the end, I think it actually turned out really cool. So, like I said, this is the third of four. I was asked recently if I plan on selling any of these sketch cards, and I would be very interested in doing so, and hopefully in the near future I can set up something online, whether it's through eBay, whether it's through Etsy, whether it's through whatever. I've listened to a lot of lot of the Artcasters group, guys like Jeff Lafferty and Kevin Cross, Scott Cirkland, Peter Palmiotti, Jake Parker, a bunch of these guys who already have stores that are out there, and there's a lot more. I know I'm missing a bunch of people, and I apologize for that. But I've been trying to figure out the best way to start selling art online. I think what I would like to do is put these videos out and then kind of sell the sketch cards in groups, you know what I mean? Like the Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, and whichever card I do next week. I'm kind of torn on which one to do to kind of finish the set here, but I'm hoping to do that sometime in the near future. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully I'll get some details out and I can get a store or something up, and we'll see. I would be remiss if I failed to mention my appreciation for everybody who has subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. I hope you like what you're seeing, and I hope that maybe you learned something, maybe you're just entertained. Like I said, I try to do this a little differently than some of the other speed drawings that are out there. I know I tend to ramble sometimes, but again, I do appreciate everybody who's been watching and who's been liking and subscribing, and that. For all the new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I do appreciate it. I'm going to leave it with that. So this is the Wolfman. This is Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman, I should say. Sketch card, and I will see you next week. Take care. Have a good week. Remember, your art is awesome. Always strive to do your best, and always strive to keep improving and keep learning. So take care, and I will see you next week. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, all that. Take care. Peace.